This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. Sit how you want, relax, sit up, whatever's feeling good for you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've got the worst posture in the world anyway. Jordan Thompson, how are you, mate?
Good, thank you, Parsons. I'm good. How are you? You good?
I'm good, bro. It's nice to be down here, just chatting off camera. Special gym. Firstly, for you, I suppose the most prominent thing is quite a new link up, something that we've seen only in the last couple of weeks or so. How are you finding being here? The experiences, I imagine, as we were saying, like, it's such a special gym. You must sort of just be so happy here.
No, that's the thing, mate. Just buzzing to be here, buzzing to be around. Just the quality and the experience that's just from top to bottom in this gym, from the trainers to the fighters to the people who are in and out of the gym. It's quality, man. Real good stuff, real good work, real good training environment.
At the end of 2022, well, I suppose it's maybe been in the pipeline for a while, but did you just sort of feel like you needed a little change to just tweak certain things, or what was your sort of reason?
Yeah, I mean, there was changes that definitely needed to be made in order for me to fulfil my potential at the end of the day, and I felt like I needed to create an environment and put myself in an environment which allowed me to excel and become the best version of myself that I can be. And I feel like this was the correct move for me. My manager Brian Peters, he was very adamant that this was the right move for me. And you know, I've only been here a couple of weeks, and I can already feel the differences, mentally, physically, everything, man. The energy's on and up. So no, man, I'm feeling good. I'm in the right place, and I can't wait to just get cracking with it here, man.
Jordan, how do you reflect on your 2022? Sort of, we know that now you're sort of pushing on to maybe world titles in sort of back end of this year, start of next year. You're really pushing forward, but just to look back, I think, as I've been sort of saying with Dempsey, you're the best until you have sort of one slightly different performance, and then you've got a lot of haters. How do you sort of reflect off the back of it?
It's interesting, man. It was interesting. I think obviously I had a 3 quick back-to-back knockouts. There was all 2 seconds.
The world's best, and then
it's like you're the best in the world. Like, you're the next big thing. You're a knockout. It's blah blah blah, and then it's like one little slip up, one dodgy fight, which didn't go quite to plan. Even a win as well. Like, the crazy thing is, when I've been reflecting on it, it's almost like I've been reflecting on it as a loss. But I think that speaks volumes about me as a person and volumes about my expectations of myself as well, because that was, for me, it was kind of a loss, because I felt like I sold myself short. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, a win's a win. We did some real good stuff in there, boxed some real good rounds, had some good spurts here and there, but I definitely sold myself short. Wouldn't go as far as saying I cut corners, but I just don't feel like I prepared how I should be preparing for those big fights and those big stages and those big events, and that couldn't be allowed anymore. So that's why the changes were made. Put myself in I wouldn't say it's not like it's an uncomfortable situation, but it is almost to a degree, because I'm a fighter who's at so to speak, domestic level breaking those world rankings and stuff like that. Now I'm in the gym surrounded by world champions, world level fighters, world level trainers and stuff like that. So it's just bags of experience left, right and centre. So yeah, man, it's only going to prove good things to come, that's for sure.
Let's sort of touch on that last fight, because I think as much as sort of you say sometimes you looked at it as a loss as such, it can almost be the best thing that happens to someone's career, because it's almost a wake-up call at the same time. It does a lot of things for you. What do you take back? Because it's easy to throw around all the negatives, and like all of a sudden you get labelled as a hype job overnight, and we see it time and time again. But it does sort of give you the option where now you've teamed up with Tony Sims, you're in a gym full of absolutely world-class fighters. Sometimes it can be the best thing that happened to you.
I think that's what it was more than anything. It was more like a wake-up call. It was like a reality check. Like, you've got to be more invested. Do you know what it was as well? Like, a lot of people like to pass blame and point the finger and stuff like, it was this person's fault, it was that person's fault. Accountability is one of the best things that I learned from this situation, and it was more so me having a look at myself in the mirror and being like, right, listen, I've got all the facilities, I've got all the tools, I've got everything, and it's just about putting myself into the right environment and surrounding myself with the right people in order for me to be able to access those facilities and access those tools and utilise those tools as well to the maximum of my capability. So I think that's where I'm at now more than anything, and it was really just a conversation like, yo, bro, you don't need to be on all fours again at the end of no fight. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So, listen, man, it was the perfect reality check, and it's only one that's good. I think it will be the making of me. I know it's a bit cliche, but it most definitely will be the making of me.
What is your plan moving forward for 2023? We know Eddie thinks very highly of you, and you've just shown just how athletic you are. I mean, how you make the weight is always like a wonder of the world for me. But yeah, how do you sort of see your 2023? Do you have a sort of certain amount of fights that you want? Do you have a sort of... I suppose everyone's got a bit of a chip on their shoulder and an idea at the back of their mind that they want to follow to some extent.
For sure. Listen, I'm always one of them. I'm going to aim high, so especially in a division like mine as well, like world titles, you can get a shot pretty quick. So for me, by the end of the year, I'd love to be challenging for a world title. Realistically now, listen, we've got a new trainer. We're working together in a minute. We're gelling nice. Speed, someone going nuts on the speedboard downstairs. So yeah, we're training just diligently at the minute, just working hard, just putting all those little things right and building some real good foundations and going over those core fundamentals of boxing at the minute. And we're having a little bit of time to gel. So hopefully, I mean, at the start of the year, I was aiming for 4 fights. Now I think maybe, listen, I'm planning on quick fights. So who knows? We could still get 4 out, minimum 3. But yeah, world titles at the end of the day. I think next time out, I'd like to either defend my title or challenge for another title. I only want big fights now. I think that was one of the main things as well. Like, I could have gone into another fight towards the end of last year, but would I have been the best version of myself? No. And I think I found out definitely last time I can't be going in the ring half version of myself or anything like that. So yeah, just preparation is key, man, and confidence comes from preparation. So I can't wait to prepare how we are going to prepare and then go out there and just put on an exciting performance.
Jordan, is it exciting being a cruiserweight in the domestic division at the minute? Because we're looking at sort of Chris Smith maybe fighting Jay Opataya in the summer, which if he wins there, we'll have a world champion. Obviously, Lawrence Okoli, bit of still a saga going on there. We think that fight will happen on a boxer show sometime in March, but we're not too sure. And obviously, Richard Riakporhe up at the top as well. With that, I mean, so many names. A lot with Sky, but we've got Chev Clark coming up on the Matchroom stable as well yourself. A really exciting time, and I feel like the cruiserweight division in the past has been overlooked, and I think now people are realising it can be built on as a bit of a glamour division.
100%. I mean, I don't think the cruiserweight division's ever been this exciting. I mean, you've always had an exciting fighter or a couple fighters, but I think now the strength, domestically, the strength in depth's crazy. It's crazy. I think if you look I think it's something like the top 10 UK cruiserweights. I think all of the top 10 in the UK are all like top 50 or something in the world. So it just goes to show, man, the strength in depth really is good, and there's some real good fights to be made. Fights that I'd love to have 100%. So I think when the time comes, it's just going to be just fireworks, left, right, and centre. Just shove us all in some sort of super series or something, and put some big money on the line. But yeah, it's going to be crazy though. The fights are going to be exciting. Obviously, might be a bit difficult with literally 80% of them being over the other side of the pond, but I'm sure we'll make the fights when the time comes.
Work it out when needs be. Just, I suppose, final word on the rest of the gym. Obviously, Joe Cordino, looking forward now, I think, end of April. That fight with Rakimov, Felix Cash, maybe targeting the European now. Georgia Maisie, who have just signed long-term contracts with Eddie and Matchroom. Craig Richards, who's down there. Liam, who's even been in the gym, who's like got boxing experience. Just an exciting time for everyone, really, isn't it?
It's just buzzing all around. Everyone's preparing for big fights. Everyone's got big dates coming up. I think everyone's on the same path and on that same sort of trajectory, aiming for the pinnacle of the sport, which is just world titles, undisputed or whatever it is. And it's just a real good vibe, real good buzz in the gym. So grateful and just thankful to be a part of it, in all honesty.
Jordan, top man, thank you for speaking to me at Boxing Social. Final message to the viewers ahead of your 2023?
So stay locked in. I'm still him. Artistic violence all the time, every time.